And life really doesn't have to be that complicated. When you see somebody that has something you want, you just got to try and work out how they got it.
Yeah.
And that's the missing part. Most people see people with things they want and they don't do the second half. They don't try and work out how they got that thing. Oh, my man has a Ferrari. Okay. I wish I had a Ferrari. Okay. They don't sit there and go for an hour. How did he get a Ferrari? It doesn't cross that part is the part they don't want to do, right? They just go, oh, here's a Ferrari. Wish I had a Ferrari. And they go back to TV.
Yeah.
And that's why they lose.
And most of you motherfuckers are mentally weak. I say this to people all the time. I have a few like insults I like to use, and I throw that around a lot. Oh, you're weak. What do you mean I'm weak? You're mentally weak. No, I'm just depressed. You're weak. Get over it. Because people are weak. And every time someone says to me, I'm not weak, I say you are. They go, no, I'm not. I say, yes, you are. And here's the ironclad proof. And if you want to test yourself now, am I weak or not? Here's the test. So I want you to do 500 press-ups a day. One of three things is going to happen. You're going to watch this video and go, nah. You're the weakest of all, you fucking coward. You're watching this, you're gonna do 500 press-ups. You're fucking listening to Tate's speech. I'm trying to fix your life. 500 push-ups. How's that gonna harm you in any way? It can only make your life better. You might end up in a situation in the next few weeks or months or years where you're hanging from a cliff edge and someone's running to rescue you. And you're hanging on with everything you've got and they get to you just as they're about to grab you. You lose your grip and you die by 0.2 seconds. That little tiny fraction. If you'd have done these press-ups, you'd have been strong enough to survive. Or maybe someone's gonna come attack you and your family. And these few press-ups you're gonna do is gonna make you strong enough to fight that attacker off. Because life is like that. It's that close sometimes. So you need to do these fucking press-ups today. You ain't got time to waste. 500. You don't know what's gonna happen in the future. You might fucking need this strength. So if you don't do them, you're a real pussy. Second is you're gonna have people who watch this video and go, yeah, all right, I'm mentally stupid. I'm gonna do 500 push-ups. I'm gonna do them. And you're gonna start, you're gonna get to 47. And you stop. Okay, I'll do some more in an hour. And you can do like another 33. And what's gonna happen, when you get to 261, you're gonna sit there and go, well, I tried, and that's not bad for the first day. And you know, that's a good start. No, I said 500. I didn't say 261. I didn't say 499. I said 500. So you're quitting too, because you can do 500. Your body will allow you within 24 hours to complete 500 press-ups, but your mind won't do it because it's hard. So you quit. Fucking pussy, because you're mentally. So you're a pussy too. Third is the kind of people who are going to lie. YouTube comments. I did 500. No, you didn't. Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking liar. And then there's 1% of you who's going to watch this video and go, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do 500. And it's going to be hard, I'm going to want to quit, but I'm actually going to finish it. If you genuinely finish those 500 push-ups, genuinely, then you're not a mentally weak person. So if you're watching this, I know everyone who watches this, everyone in the world thinks they're mentally strong. If you're watching this and you're not mentally strong, you know what you have to do? You haven't got to prove it to me, because I don't give a fuck about it. You have to prove it to yourself. If you're genuinely a mentally strong person, and you're not a mentally weak person, as soon as this video ends, you're going to drop down, start those push-ups. 24 hours to get 500 finished. Not 499, 500. If you start the 500 and you quit halfway through, then you're weak. If you never start them, you're weak. If you lie, you're weak. There's only one path to strength. That's through achievement. You can only see the glory of the world at the top of the mountain. You gotta fucking climb that shit. If you're a mentally strong person, I challenge you right now to complete 500 push-ups before you go to sleep. No fucking excuses.
There's always been a large proportion of men in the world who made the choice to stay where they are. And life for them wasn't that bad. But as we reach the future and as time goes on, you're going to notice now that the people who don't chase having a masculine network, if they're not going to be excellent upon themselves and they're not going to be plugged into a serious circle of achievers, their life's going to become terrible. You could just be a normal dude and your life really wasn't that bad. But now we live in a situation where you just can't just be a normal dude anymore. Being a normal dude is no longer an option.
Life is difficult. Everyone has bad news all the time. Things happen to people and things are going to happen to everyone. And even if you live the perfect life, you're still going to have bad experiences because everything's relative. When people talk about toxic masculinity and all this garbage and we need to make men more feminine, that's not going to make men, it's not going to make the world safer. Having a whole bunch of men who give into their emotions instantly is going to create more monsters. The reality of masculinity is controlling your emotions. This is the reality of being a man. The tenets of masculinity since the dawn of time have been, I was afraid, but I did it anyway.
Yeah.
This is the tenets of masculinity.
Courage.
Courage.
Yeah.
That's what courage is.
Yep.
I was afraid to storm the beaches of Normandy, but I did it anyway. I was afraid to stay on the Titanic, but I did it anyway. This is the whole tenets of masculinity. And now they're saying, oh, if you're afraid, just act afraid, be a pussy.
There's no quick fix. There is no replication. There's no way you can falsify on a long enough timeline. So the answer is, if you want to be a man of distinction, you need to go and suffer. That's your answer.
Everything starts with a mindset. There is no physical fortitude and there is no financial fortitude without mental fortitude.
When I talk about the Matrix, I'm talking about the systems which have been created by society, which are deliberately designed to enslave. In the movie, the Matrix were used for our body heat, but here in this Matrix, we're used for our efforts and our energies. And you're existing inside of a system which is deliberately rigged to make the rich richer and for the poor to stay poor.
Yeah.
And you can sit there and get upset about it. You can sit there and cry about it and say the system needs to change, which is what some people do, socialists, XYZ. But I think I know that's a waste of time, right? That's futile. The best thing to do is to understand the rules of the game and find a way to win. So yes, the game is rigged. Yes, the rich are always going to get richer. Yes, the poor are always going to struggle. And that's the way the game is set up. So you still need to find the best move on the chessboard. There's no point sitting there saying, I want to play a different game, because that's never going to happen. Because the people with the money are the people who have the control and they have the power. And why would they have the game set up any other way? Why would they change it? Right? Yeah. It's also the basic of economics. I think a lot of people don't understand the true basics of economics. And the basics of economics state that even giving money to the poor, that ends up back in the hands of the rich. There's no way to stop the rich getting richer. I've already explained this before, but I remember during COVID when they did the stimulus checks and they passed out all this free money to everyone, $1,000. In England, they gave a lot more money, but in America, everyone got like $1,400 each and everyone was happy about it, saying, oh, he's giving money to the poor. Yeah, but what do those poor people spend that money on? Amazon stock tripled because they all went to Amazon. Yep. So Jeff Bezos got richer, right? But the fact is that there's less companies than there are people. All those $1,400 checks amongst all those people at the bottom ended up in the hands of a few companies, and the rich got richer, and you can't stop it. Doesn't matter if those people invested their money, doesn't matter if they bought stocks, doesn't matter if they bought crypto, doesn't matter if they bought a house, whatever. The people who have the assets and have the companies and have the control are always going to end up getting control of the currency, and they're always going to be richer. So that's kind of how it works. And it's getting worse and worse. It's have-nots and have-yachts. You have to be positioned to take advantage of opportunities. Yeah. It's like in chess, they say good moves come from good positions. It's true. You can't find a good move from a terrible position, right? If you're sitting at home with no money, it's hard to invest in Bitcoin at $1. Doesn't matter what it goes to, right? You got to be in a good position to take advantage of things. So you've always got to be in a position where you have a good network, you have good information, you have some kind of liquid money, you have the ability to survive without that money, you can take a risk. Like, it's hard to set yourself up. I'm in a position now where I'm in the NBA. I'm an NBA player. I can never go broke again. So it doesn't matter, right? Once you're in the NBA, I can throw $1 million or something. It doesn't matter if it works or not. So for me, it doesn't make a difference. And that's why it's so much easier. They always say the first million is the hardest, and they're completely right. Once you get to a certain point, you can gamble to a degree. Yeah.